All right, friends, thank you so much for being here. Happy Saturday. I am I am so excited about this presentation today because let's see, I want to make sure you guys can see my screen. There we go. All right, so let me know in the chat if you have made a vision board. Drop a one if you have, drop a two if you have not. And drop a three if you plan to, maybe a two and a three. All right, so this is really important. And to be honest, I am definitely the type of person, I would say the old version of me, because we are always constantly evolving and progressing as humans, as people, as individual, as leaders. And I used to avoid vision boards. They scared me. I honestly thought, you know what? I can do this. I know the tasks I have to do. I know everything that I know my vision in my head. Well, let me tell you, it works to an extent, but when you put your vision and your goals down on paper and in front of you and you print it out or you put it on your home screen, you are going to feel so much more drive because it is there for you to stare at it. It is a daily reminder of what you really want to make happen for yourself. And this year, I made sure to make a vision board. If you haven't done one yet, you still have time, but I would definitely give yourself a deadline, okay? Maybe like either by the end of this weekend or for sure by the end of the month because it's January and we want to lock in our goals and dreams right away. So we have made the vision. This is all about we've made the vision board. Now it's time to implement action, right? Because a lot of us can have, let's see if this works. There we go. A lot of us can have a little bit of paralysis when it comes to the vision board. So that's what we're here to talk about today and how we're going to implement the day-to-day actions, the monthly, how we're going to break it down, how we're going to kind of mold our lives to create that momentum for ourselves. So a vision without action stays a dream, right? Look at that's my vision board. It's very pretty. It gives me all the feels. Your vision board should give you all the feels. It should have secret love notes to yourself about what you want to happen that year, how you want to be a better person, what goals you want to make a reality, right? So I'm owning this year. I'm owning my vision board, and I'm just like a prelude to this whole conversation. I just want to tell you guys that already I've seen change in myself by making this vision board. It's truly already working. I was driving home from the grocery store the other day, and I thought to myself, oh, I could skip out on that today. And then I literally thought of my vision board and I looked at the VP for me, that little VP is vice president team. That's a really big goal. And I'm going to talk about that. We're going to break it down. But it was like this little action on the way home from the grocery store that I could have tucked away and put off until the next day. But that logo, that VP logo, popped up into my head going home. And I got home and I did the action. Okay. Like that's the purpose of these vision boards. It is literally to keep you accountable. So, vision boards show direction, vision boards are the destination, action is the vehicle, right? You can see your future, you can visualize your dreams, but if you're not taking action, you're not driving anywhere to get there. Most people fail not because their vision is wrong, but because they don't translate it into daily behavior. Clarity without action is just decoration. So that vision board can be printed up and put next to your bed and it's a beautiful decoration, but if you are not taking action on it, it's just going to be that, a decoration, right? All right, so vision board paralysis, goal paralysis, dream paralysis, daily paralysis, we all are guilty of it, right? Those goals are really big and they're really scary. And sometimes you start to like spiral and you can talk yourself out of things. And we need to break it down into actionable goals to get us there, right? So the overwhelm, where do I start? It's so big, I don't even know where to start. I'm not going to do anything, right? Have you been there before? I know we all have. Perfectionism, waiting to feel ready or the right time. Well, we all know if you're on this call, I would say that you've had this self-talk with yourself multiple times and you've even had it with others. There's no such thing as the right time. You have to implement, you have to get going, you have to hop in the vehicle. Inconsistency, action without structure, action without structure, all over the board, right? Scatterbrain. Oh, I need to do this. I need to do this. We need to lock in. And sometimes, yes, I know life can get the best of us, and any action is better than no action. But we need to train ourselves and fuel ourselves to take that time to make the structure, create those good habits for yourself. And that's where the momentum will continue. Motivation dependence instead of discipline. You feeling motivate, just exactly what I was just talking about. You're feeling motivated, but you're really not disciplined. And that discipline is where the action happens. Okay, we're getting in the car, ladies. We are firing up the Ferrari, whatever your fast car is. This was my little dream. This is what popped into my head. And honestly, I'm just going to keep riding in this sports car the whole year. The whole year. So if you want to come with me, get in whatever car or whatever rocket ship or whatever hot air balloon gets you to your destination. But think of your vehicle all year long. I even thought I'm going to order myself a little mini white sports car toy, like a Hot Wheels, and I'm going to put it next to my bed. And I'm going to wake up every morning and go to sleep every night looking at the sports car. That's going to be my physical reminder. Meredith did a really great training about vision boards, and she was talking about physical reminders. Well, mine is going to be a sports car. I don't necessarily want a sports car for myself, but that is what's driving me to get to my destination, to achieve those big goals. Confidence follows movement. So we're getting in the vehicle. Confidence follows movement. We all know I've always you guys, if you've heard me train before, you hear me say this before. If you don't feel confident enough, take some confidence from me. Take some confidence from your friend. Borrow confidence and just make it happen. Confidence follows the movement. So movement is what's creating that confidence, right? If you're just staying stuck, you're not going anywhere. Momentum beats motivation. We can all be motivated, but if we're not creating that momentum, we're not going to get anywhere. You don't think your way into action, right? Oh, I could do this. I could do this. I could create this reel. I could message 10 people. But if you're not doing it, obviously nowhere, you're going nowhere. You act your way into belief, right? Actions lead to believing you are capable. Even if you don't have the courage right away, if you take your actions and you take that step one foot in front of the other, you guys, you will start to believe in yourself. And trust me, speaking from personal, I look back in my early days in this career and I didn't know what I was doing. I had no clue, but I did see others doing it and I knew what was possible for me. So I took somebody else's courage and I got out there and I pushed myself further. And every time I did something, it got easier and easier. And that created the momentum, that created the movement, that created my way to belief. Because I'm going to say fake it until you make it, because I really truly believe in that statement. It might not be the best statement, but it's the truth. Can you guys mute yourselves? Thanks. Okay, so at the bottom, dreams don't move themselves. Dreams don't move themselves. You got to get in the vehicle, you got to do the actions. Okay. All right, step one, we're going to break it down, you guys. Choose one primary focus. So if you have made your vision board, your big overall goal that is going to really get you to the destination. Like if you look at your year and you're like, wow, a lot would happen if I made this a reality. What is going to implement the most change? There's a lot of things on our vision boards, right? Maybe healthier eating, maybe more exercise, maybe more blah, 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 blah. But what is that? And then there's like big things, right? Like maybe you want to get a new deck. Maybe you want to go on a vacation. Maybe you want to, whatever your big goals are, what is the one thing on that board? And I'm going to guess that if you are in this call and you are on our team and you're in this industry, it's probably going to be attached. Now, I can't assume because everybody's different. We all have different vision boards. We all have different dreams and goals. But if you're watching this call, that tells me you're hungry for your business here with pharmacy. You want to build your business. You want to build a better life for yourself. You want to create those goals and that momentum, right? So if I had to guess, you're going to probably put a title on something like I did, right? I thought to myself, and I'm going to talk about that stretch goal, okay, in a second. But VP for my team, for our team, is my massive goal. Oh my gosh, if our team hit VP, that would lead to so many things on that vision board coming to life for me. So, what is that goal for yourself? Whatever it is, it doesn't have to be a title, it really doesn't. But if you're looking at your vision board and you're thinking about your dreams, what is that big movement piece? If I could achieve this, a lot of this would fall into place. So, what moves everything forward and what matters right now? So, less focus. Like if you're looking at the big board and that's going to get you overwhelmed, right? So by choosing that one primary thing, you can focus in on that big goal. So like when I'm driving home from the grocery store and I was trying to avoid a task, that VP logo popped into my head. It's the power of the visual. The sports car, getting in the car, taking the action, doing it. Less focus equals more progress. Look at the big goal, okay? All right, step two, create a 90-day priority. Zone in. So long-term vision and short-term execution. So that long-term vision is that big overall goal, okay? And again, I'm just going to use myself here. Short-term or long-term vision for me, VP, team VP. That's 12 director legs for me. That's a huge stretch goal for me. Actually, sorry, that's 16. It's 16 director legs. That's a massive goal for me. I know by the end of the year, that's what I want to achieve. So that's like a massive goal. But guess what? When I was first making the vision board, I didn't dream big enough. At first, I put diamond on there for myself because diamond team would be 12 director legs. Right now, I have eight. So adding four more director legs would have been a really big push, but I'm going to go even further, right? Because when we think about it, when we're shooting for the moon, how many times do we say this, right? When we're shooting for the moon, we might not make the moon, but we're going to land amongst the stars. So give yourself those big, big goals and dreams, but then create a more realistic approach and give yourself a timeline. So for my team to hit diamond, I am focusing on my 3 month plan and I'm giving myself until end of April. That's my goal. Okay. So I hope it's not confusing you guys to be talking about my own personal goals. I really want you to maybe drop in the chat if you feel comfortable. Drop in the chat what your one big goal is. Okay? Let's talk about it because these I like these calls to be talked through. I got to find the chat. If you have a big big goal, okay, awesome. Kimberly said bronze director. Stephanie said golden director, we got platinum. Okay, this is great. So you guys are aligned with me. This is good. I knew it. You were on this call, you're aligned with me. So if you're thinking, okay, by the end of the year, my big, big goal is director, all right? Because a lot of you said director. So what is a short-term 3 month or 6 month plan for yourself that you can put in there to help achieve that goal? So, for example, you would need to get a leg. Well, directors, maybe, directors, you need 5,000 points, right? So you just need to get, maybe it's like recruit 10 people a month or, whatever it is. But put that, a physical reminder on your vision board. You can go ahead and edit your board. It's not permanent, guys. And give yourself a 90-day timeline. Give yourself a 90-day timeline so that way you can really work hard. Because guess what? When I committed in my head that I was going for VP by the end of the year, I said to myself, Tamara, you got to get your rear in gear. You got to hit diamond way sooner because it's going to be way harder for you to build to this. So let's give yourself it, put the pressure on me. And that was the conversation I had in my head going from the grocery store back home. It was like, oh, girl, you want to hit diamond or you want to hit VP and you're just going to skip that action tonight? Well, good luck. I literally had that conversation with myself. And those goals are so important to me because my overall vision board, I have personal things on there, right? That's what vision boards are. I want a puppy and I want to go on a honeymoon and I want a better lifestyle for myself. I want to pay some bills. I want to contribute. So think about that. This is why we're zoning in, right? I hope this is helpful. This is why we're looking at one big target. We know all the things that are circling it, but when you draw into your focus, That's what's going to create the action and the momentum, right? Okay, so drop in the chat what your 90-day priority is. And it can be 90 day, it can be 5 months, it can be 6 months, whatever is your target. If you said bronze director or you said golden director, and if you don't, if you, let's say if you said golden director, for example, and if you don't have a director leg under you yet, that's your 90-day priority. Build a director leg by 90 days, right? So break it down, think about it. And it's okay if you don't want to put it now. Build a leg. Perfect. Build a director leg, hit bronze. And then, of course, we all know build a director leg by 90 days. Love it, you guys. And of course, we all know we're going to talk about how we can break that down even further, right? Because sure, we can say that, okay, I need to do this, but how are we going to implement that? What are the daily actions? What are the weekly actions? What are the monthly actions? And we have to really organize and hold ourselves accountable. This is January, so we're all starting the year with these big goals and these big ambitions. But if you haven't gotten your planner organized, guess what I did this year already? I'm starting to actually put reminder notes in my Google Calendar. Now, for some of you, you might think, well, where have you been, Tamara? What have you been doing? How do you stay organized? Well, somehow this chaotic brain functioned for all these years without doing that. And I know that now I absolutely have to. That was a big change for me. What is your big change? Okay, step 3, break it into weekly actions. If it's not scheduled, it's not optional. You have to make it concrete. You have to make it part of your routine. Weekly actions, income producing, skill building, and visibility. Weekly actions. Put it on your calendar. Write it down every day to pop up a reminder for yourself. You know how you can set daily reminders or repeated reminders on your phone? Put a reminder in there at, I don't know, 3 o'clock every day, whatever works best for you, that says follow up. Or it says, have you made a reel or have you made a post today? Have you shown up for your business? Now, don't overwhelm yourself with an unrealistic task, but give yourself like really true goals that you know are actually achievable, but they're also stretching you to work harder and be more accountable than you ever have before. Because we know that we have to stay consistent. And we have to push ourselves because I think it's on the next slide. Okay. All right. Big goals. Big goals. Where do you want to go? What's your big vision, right? Daily action is greater than motivation. Like we talked about at the beginning, motivation is unreliable. We can be super motivated, but we can be motivated from the couch and not take any action, right? We can be motivated without implementing anything. So what are your habits that will build the results? And as we know, consistency compounds. So when we're consistent, oh my gosh, we all can think about it, right? When is the time that we slumped from our business a little bit? For me, I just went home for 3 weeks back to Green Bay and I wasn't posting as much. I wasn't showing my face as much. And this month, my recruitments are down. It's been like pulling teeth for me to get momentum back into conversations. And I know that's my fault. And I knew what was happening. And it is true. You have to stay consistent because it does compound motion, right? So when I am showing up and I'm sharing and I'm building, yes, it is a bit exhausting. I'm not going to lie because I have big goals. I have really big dreams and I know what's possible in this business and I know what it takes. So I hold myself accountable and I know I make decisions. I know when I'm not doing my daily check-ins or I know that's going to hurt me. So what's important to you? You know, what are those big goals and what are non-negotiables, you guys? So think about those habits. Write them down I'm going to actually encourage you to write all these down. I'm going to give you a worksheet after this call that I'll put in our team chat. I'll actually post it in our team pages as well, just to give you an outline to just print it out, write it down, and really hold yourself to it. And then to put it in your calendars to make those actionable steps. check-ins. This is new for me. Like I said, this is new for me. I can tell myself all day all the things to do, but then the day gets away from us. If you actually put it in your calendar and you set up those reminders for yourself, you're going to feel so much more structured and you're going to feel the pressure. It's a healthy pressure because it's a happy pressure. You think of like, okay, I know when I do this, it's going to compound and lead to the 90-day goal. And that's going to lead to my big goal, right? And give yourself grace, you guys. If we don't hit our goals, that's what we're doing. We're shooting for the moon and we're still in the stars no matter what. That is, you have to remember that. Your vision board is a vision board for a reason. You are working towards those goals. You are working to better yourself. And every step you're taking is getting you there. Minimum daily action. What can you do even on your worst day? So these are these things that we just talked about. One post, two follow-ups, 10 minutes of learning, one uncomfortable action. What are those minimum daily things that we just talked about that you're like, okay, I know these actions compound and create movement and momentum for me. I also know when I don't do them, I'm setting myself back because when I wasn't doing the things for the 3 weeks, boy, I'm like clawing my way out of it. And that's on me. Nobody can make the change but yourself, right? Get comfortable being uncomfortable. This is where growth begins. I can't tell you all of the times I've been uncomfortable in my career. The first time I ever went live, I thought I was going to throw up. I sweated through my shirt. I had to do multiple walks around the house, up and down the stairs, and then finally I just hit go. What's and think about that. Look at the growth. Like think about the things that have made you uncomfortable even so far in your pharmacy business. Be proud of yourself, you guys. We have gotten so far, but where are you sitting comfortable? Maybe it's like, okay, I know I should be doing more of this, or I know I should be showing up here, or I know I should be making that schedule for myself. Why haven't you done that yet? The fear of not following through, right? We have to get comfortable feeling uncomfortable. We have to put ourselves in uncomfortable situations because if you don't, nothing is going to change. I hate to be the bearer of that news, but nothing is going to change, right? Redefining failure. So systems beat willpower. Systems, all these things we keep talking about, systems for yourself. Put it in the calendar. Hold yourself accountable. Get up early. Set your alarms. Like all these things, you have the willpower, but if you don't have the systems in place, you're never going to implement that change. So again, be kind to yourself. Give yourself grace. If you miss once, you're human because life pops up. But if you keep missing and you keep putting it off and you keep not following through or you keep making those excuses, that is lack of structure, right? We have to formulate a plan because without a plan, we're living in chaos. Okay, personal preparation. So we know ourselves best, okay? Think about yourself and think about your life and think about what changes in your world can you easily implement, or maybe not easily. Maybe you really have to get uncomfortable somewhere to create that growth. What is holding you back? Is there something in your life that's a major time suck? Is there something that pulls your energy away? Is there something that always seems to take priority even when you don't want it to? Is there something that's cluttering your schedule? So think deeply about what can you organize in your life? How can you I think as women, we naturally don't like to ask other people for help. We like to take control and we like to think that we can do it all. What can you swap out in your world? Just thinking out loud. Maybe somebody else could drop the kids off at school or pick them up twice a week. Maybe You can organize your office better so you have more clarity and you walk into structure, right? Maybe every night you want to start doing the dishes so you save yourself time in the morning because that glow drink is important. But if you're not recording and sharing and you don't have the extra 5 minutes to document what you're doing, because that's a really important part of our business, you're going to skip that part, right? So, what is the personal preparation in your life that you can do to enhance your vision board, to enhance those goals and dreams? Where can you save time? What personal habits will help you keep motivated? For me, I have been walking every day. It has been a non-negotiable for me since I got back to Green Bay. Every day for this is day 11 or 12, I don't know. I think 11. I've been moving my body. Debbie's on this call. Debbie's been moving her body every day since the start of the year as well. We're making decisions because that structure, one, it's really empowering. I feel so proud of myself that I have stuck to it and that I keep going and that like even if, to be honest, I haven't even seen any movement on the scale, but my mental clarity has been so fulfilling and rewarding. I feel better when I go to bed and I feel more motivated to make healthy choices. All of these little swaps that you can do in your life will compound. Again, compound is the word, right? Into better things for yourself. I know when I was in college and I was creating study habits and work habits for myself, I could not function if my workspace, my room, my study space was cluttered. I had to clean. So look at your world and figure out what can you do to create that change. What is holding you back right now? Maybe you have another business, maybe you have enough, whatever it is, and talk to your running buddy, talk to your mentor, talk to your director, talk to your friend, talk to me, talk to Brittany. What changes can you make and how are you going to get there? I know they feel scary, but whatever's holding you back, you really have to focus on, okay, I'm strong. I'm organized. I have goals that I will meet this year, and I know what I have to do to change. You have to commit. Mind power. This business is a lot of mental mind structure, power, belief, right? Implement the time. All right. If you haven't yet, you can do this afterwards. You can even watch this over again and write it down. But I really want you to write down your main vision board goal, that big, big goal, the overall, oh my gosh, my life would change if this happened. Your 90-day priority, 3 weekly actions that you're going to hold yourself accountable, and then one action that you know you need to get done or do or focus on and write down and make it happen in the next 24 hours. What is that one thing? Maybe it's make the vision board. Maybe it's commit to the big goal. Maybe it's writing down in a notebook all of the things that you know you need to change in your life. And then you give yourself another deadline that gives you that structure, right? Whatever it is for you, take time to write it down. When we write it down, when we create the vision board, when we look at our goals and dreams, that's when we can make our reality. You're going to be driving on the way home from the grocery store and you're going to be thinking about those physical goals and reminders, and you're going to want to hold yourself accountable because you're going to start to see how excited you are and how proud you are when you start holding yourself to these goals. And yes, like we talked about, if you slip a couple of times or if you slip for a week or two or three, you can always get back, but we have to be kind to ourselves, but we also have to be realistic in our goals and our motivation, right? We can make excuses over and over, but give yourself, maybe put it in your, maybe actually this is something I'm going to do. I'm going to put it in my calendar on like the middle of every month or let's say the third Tuesday randomly, third Tuesday of every month. How you doing, Tam? How you holding up? I'm literally going to put a reminder in my calendar. Are you holding yourself accountable? How's your vision board? And I'm going to have like maybe even a little diamond and a VP logo there for myself. And I'm going to remember, okay, it's my trigger. These are my big goals. How you doing, Tam? Are you following through? Okay, reset. Tomorrow's Wednesday. Today's a Tuesday. Tomorrow's Wednesday. There is always tomorrow, right? Commitment. Drop your 24-hour action. We've already dropped everything else in the chat. Drop your 24-hour action. I know you've been thinking about it for 5 minutes. What is your 24-hour action? Everybody's going to have something different. Action creates accountability. Accountability creates momentum. Make a daily action item list. Get organized with a list. Love it. Yeah, honestly, vision board. Donnie's starting with the vision board. Good for you. That's great. And then you can follow up with all of these tasks afterwards. Good job, you guys. All right. Keep focused. Final reminders. Your vision doesn't respond to intention. We all have good intentions. We have to commit. It responds to execution. You don't need to feel ready. All of these can feel scary. Is Cappadocia on your board? Are those hot air balloons in your future? Maybe it's not on your vision board for this year, but I know in the back of your head, if you're on this call, you are picturing yourself in a hot air balloon. And let me tell you, it's the best feeling ever. You feel like you're floating on air. Keep those dreams big, you guys. You just need to move. Execution is the new motivation. All right. All right, thank you so much for taking time on your Saturday for our Saturday Bells workshop. And I am actually going to stop sharing. Does anybody want to talk or ask questions or final words, anything? Anybody want to share what their big goal is? Honestly, I think we should just go right down and create those boards, share, and you know what? Like share with your team, share with your running buddy, because that holds yourself accountable. When you say it out loud and you share it with others and you post it, I posted publicly my vision board. I posted it on my personal timeline. Because guess what? In a year from now, when that post pops back up, I'm going to be doing a self-check. Tam, what did you accomplish? What can you still work for? What are you adding to your vision board? Right? All right, you guys, happy Saturday. Thank you so much. And go make your vision boards and order yourself a little sports car. Okay, bye, friends.